As much work as we have before us in our lives, we will miss this experience, and most probably will not have another like it in our lives. We do not leave each other here, though. We are now in Carrie Suva's capable hands, and I know she will keep us together. To you, my classmates, I want to say something personal. Each of you are incredible individuals. I thank you for making this a truly amazing experience for me. I have learned more from all of you, my 32 professors. Your perspectives, your kindness, your focus, your experiences, your support, encouragement, and cultures have made me a better, more understanding member of the human family, and for that, I am extremely grateful. I will leave you with a quote from Helen Keller, someone who, as many of you know, working for Helen Keller International, is close to my heart. It is for us to pray not for the tasks equal to our powers, but for the powers equal to our tasks. To go forward with a great desire beating at the doors of our hearts as we travel towards our distant goal. Congratulations and thank you.
It's yours. This is it. Emma's wonderful calligraphy. Thank you so much, David. There's another tradition of each class that they choose a person to work on the class gift, because every class leaves a class gift for future financial aid. We depend upon this money for scholarships to make our classes geographically and professionally diverse. This year we've been in an exciting year, our 10th year. We've been offered a challenge grant by alums of $100,000. So we've been working to meet that. Carrie Suva is the class gift agent for this class. She's pulled together a nine-member committee, and she's going to come forward and perhaps even say a few words. She graduated from Middlebury College with a Bachelor of Arts degree in biology. She has a Master of Science in Health Administration from the University of Colorado. Carrie was a healthcare executive for 20 years in both California and Maine, where she has held a variety of positions. As an independent consultant, Carrie works on capacity building for nonprofits. Carrie?
I am very happy today to pick up this long-standing tradition of a class gift that started 10 years ago. And I'm very excited to announce that we had 100% participation. I would really like to thank my classmates for being part of this effort, and particularly to my 9-member committee. It was great. Thank you, everybody. And Dean Nutter, I'm happy to announce that we contributed over $6,300, which becomes over $12,000 with the matching gift, which is wonderful. So, and I don't hand you anything. I don't have it. You can have my notes.
They say the check is in the mail?
The check is in the mail.
I trust you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all so much. And thank you, Carrie, and your 9-member committee. I think that's a very smart leadership tactic, don't you, to corral 9 people to help. The class has chosen Carrie as their class secretary going forward. We know, as David said, that the class will be in very good hands. We're excited to be working with her, and we know that she's going to keep you engaged and together and involved in every GMAP and Fletcher event there is. Now, we know that GMAP classes spend a great deal of time with their faculty, both on and offline. And this year, Professor Kowalczyk will be our speaker. Professor Kowalczyk is Professor of International Economics at the Fletcher School, and he teaches our course in International Trade for GMAP. He has taught, as I said, every student who has come through the GMAP program. I must also say that Professor Seemanen has taught every GMAP student who has come through the program, so we can guess who might be the faculty speaker in July. Professor Kowalczyk earned his canned polite. I said it properly? Canned polite? Closer? Not so close. From the University of Copenhagen, and his MA and PhD in economics from the University of Rochester. His research interests are on issues of trade policy, international economic integration, structural adjustment. You don't know what all of those mean, but these GMAPers do. He has written 2 books and a number of articles on these subjects. He has also taught at Pennsylvania State University, Dartmouth College. I just recently was at a conference in Boston, and a professor from another institution asked me if I knew Professor Kowalczyk, who had been the most phenomenal professor of his 2 sons at Dartmouth College. He's also taught at Harvard University. He was a book review editor for the Review of International Economics, a research fellow at the National Bureau of Economic Research, and a consultant to GATT and the World Bank.
Debbie, colleagues, students, friends, good morning. This is a terrific day for you, your families, and your friends. You worked hard and you've earned your degree. And I need to take these off if I'm going to be able to see my handwriting. When in the late 1990s, my colleagues on the faculty and I were considering whether to launch the Global Master of Arts program, we hoped that we could create a similar experience to that which the early classes at Fletcher in the 1930s had. In other words, that we could create a program of success and sustainability. So I'm particularly pleased to congratulate you here today as we celebrate 10 years of the GMAP, which now counts more than 500 graduates, a group of delightful and greatly accomplished people. And they're all, by the way, very familiar with Robinson Crusoe, and they've all seen Bliss. We benefited from essential early support from Tufts University and from the Tufts and Fletcher alumnus Peter Ackerman in launching this program. We hired outstanding staff, both in technology and in other areas, and Emma was in on the first class, and others have come since. Wonderful group. And we were very fortunate that Debbie was at Fletcher as a special assistant and could fill a new position as Dean of Research to assist the faculty in developing this program. Another reason why this program we believe is sustainable is, or we know it's sustainable, is content. When designing the program in the 1990s, at a time when the Fletcher School was offering about 100 MALT courses. We, the founding faculty of the GMAP, were facing the same question that the founders of the Fletcher School faced back in the 1930s. What should be a core curriculum? Because with the GMAP, as with the earliest Fletcher curriculum, there could be no course electives. All students would be taking the same courses. And we agreed on a curriculum that I think has a nice balance with all three divisions well represented, and that I believe affirms the vision of the founders of Fletcher to offer instruction in things that affect relations between nations. But a successful curriculum requires more than balance. It must also have depth. Or as the proverb goes, give a man a fish and you fed him for today. Teach a man to fish and you fed him for a lifetime. When you applied for admission to Fletcher, you may have had some question in mind, personal or professional. Instead of hiring a consultant to provide that answer, or provide an answer, you chose to enter a rigorous graduate program where you've delved into frameworks, models, paradigms. This will allow you to derive the answer yourself, or, if you're too busy, to appreciate the quality of answers proposed by others. Where do these frameworks come from? From research. It is research, it is the search for and creation of new knowledge that informs top quality university teaching. Robert Solow was a longtime colleague at MIT of your trade economics great-grandfather, Paul Samuelson, who taught trade at Fletcher for a brief period of time, years ago. In 1987, Solow was awarded the Nobel Prize in Economic Science for answering this question: what determines in the very long run where we go? Where planet Earth is moving. Solow's answer: technological progress, which, of course, comes from research and development. And Ray Vernon, as we studied in the trade course, demonstrated that the first stage of the product cycle will be in the country where conditions are supportive of research and development. As measured by, for example, patents or Nobel Prizes, the United States has had an outstanding record as the world's major location for developing new ideas. The great universities in this country, where resources allow faculty to spend time on both research and teaching, play an essential role in that. Good teaching and good research are not mutually exclusive. They support each other if they're kept in balance. I applaud you for having chosen to put time and effort into learning not only the answers, but also how they're generated. I applaud your families and friends and your employers and colleagues at work for having supported you in this endeavor. I hope you will find what you bring with you to be personally and professionally rewarding. Congratulations.
It has become a special tradition of this program to ask distinguished GMAP graduates to return to campus to deliver the commencement address. This year in particular, as GMAP celebrates its 10th anniversary, we have been thinking often about our past classes and the important work in which they are engaged around the world.